Hello, this is Sean. I'm from Forlinx, one of the leading system and module manufacturers in the world. We've been in the market for 20 years. Look, this one. This is one of the newest MPU accelerator from ISP. This is 40 TOPS. We can do large language model on it. It's around 20 tokens per second. Yeah.
And here it says, it's the, you call it the Ara240.
Ara240, yeah.
Edge AI accelerator.
Okay.
And it's running here?
Yeah, yes. This actually the system. You see from here, this is the newest 19.5 we did it for NISP. You see the logos from here, NISP and Forlinx. We actually designed this. If you go for NISP spools, the few of the AI models actually using this platform. We manufacture them. We also design them together.
It's very optimized. It's very compact.
Yes, yes, yeah.
And the performance is?
It's run large language models. Yeah. This one is doing real-time analysis. First, take picture of you, and the people walking through the hall. I do analysis. I send it to large language model to try to detect what clothes you're wearing, what behavior doing. Like people reading their phone. It says the people wearing black jacket reading their phone, right?
So this little accelerator.
This little accelerator.
Big model.
Large language model in it.
Like 7 billion?
7 billion, yeah. On the edge.
No problem.
No problem. No internet on the edge. Yes.
And what is the main CPU SoC here also?
This is 95 from IXP, one of the newest one. Yeah.
And so are you able to do a lot on the 95 GPU, NPU, and this together?
Yes, yes. It's actually using NPU on the board. It's about 2 TOPS. And then 2 TOPS only run YOLO, doing the first recognition of the people. And then send the picture to this large language model to doing the analysis.
So 2 TOPS on the CPU?
Yeah, also this 40 TOPS.
Also GPU and NPU there also?
Yeah, NPU, also GPU.
But it's total 2 TOPS?
No, only the NPU is 2 TOPS.
NPU 2 TOPS,
yeah,
and then combining with this?
This is 40 TOPS.
All right,
yeah,
so there's a lot of potential.
A lot of potential.
Is it possible to put 2 or 3 or 4 together?
Yes, that's multiple. If you go NISP booth, they have really powerful demo there. They actually use exactly the same one, but they put 2 in there.
2? So then you have 80 TOPS?
Yeah, 80 TOPS.
So what you can do, like 14 big billion parameters?
Yeah, really larger language model. Yeah, then you never need to train your model again, right? This is really genetic usage, right? You can use it in anything. And that basically it can tell you what's in the picture. And then you tell you what you're trying to detect, right? And then you tell exactly what you want. Flexible.
Does your company work together with the open source model companies in China, for example, Qwen or Minimax or the other guys, DeepSeek? Do you work together to optimize the model for embedded?
Yes, yes. Forlinx is not really the hardware manufacturer. We actually have a really large software team. Also, in a few recent years, we have a dedicated AI team. We here are the eTOPS engineer doing data acquisition, model training, model conversion, basically to help the client to move any AI models, including large language models, put them on the device. That's what we do.
So you convert the model to optimize for the hardware?
That's right, exactly what we're doing.
You do it already?
Yes.
That must be very exciting to do all kinds of new developments in this field, no?
Yes, that's really exciting. Look at the demo here. This is actually RK3588. It's actually driven, it's like 16 cameras.
16 cameras?
16 cameras.
And they're all connected?
It's also
with the Ethernets?
Through the Ethernet. That's a PoE, each of them with power, of course. Also, for each of them, it's running the AI models, doing the inference. But right now, for the demonstration purpose, we're putting the same model. But actually, you can deploy different models for each of them. Yeah.
Actually, the 3588 is really amazing.
Yes.
It's been many years already.
Yes.
So that means you learn how to use complete SoC, right?
Yes. And the ecosystem is getting more mature. But for the AI usage, right, it's always developing. Forlinx, we're actually focusing on optimizing from each detail, from encoding, decoding, and also all the way to the NPU. For each of the models, we'll go really detail of the models, try to optimize each layer.
Even 5-6 years ago, when the 3588 come out, was the NPU.
There's NPU,
and it's already good for new AI stuff.
It was good at that time, but the AI is getting evolving, right? Yes, it's getting better. Yeah.
Can you add AI accelerators with the 3588?
Of course, you can put even this one in there.
So then you can do even more.
Yeah, there's a lot of. We're also working with DPAX, like Halo, all those ones with AI accelerators to put them together to combine the AI capabilities. Yeah.
Nice. So which other demo you want to show?
Oh, the demos here. This face tracking one. This is really cool. This one is Rockchip one, RV1126B. Three tops of MPU. Let me show you. This is really cool.
It's just like a very compact SoC.
Yeah, really compact. You see, it doesn't need a fan.
Nothing.
Nothing. No heatsink. You touch it.
Nice. And it's not warm.
It's just warm.
Yeah, it's a little bit warm.
Yeah, a little bit warm. Let me show you. This is a really cool demo.
Nice.
You see, this actually. You see, I'll take a photo of my face. Right now, you see this robot platform.
Oh, wow.
It's keep tracking of my face whenever I go. It's always keep my face in like people right? You're doing this. You don't have to put the camera in front of my face. You can moving. While you're
this
talking.
is a very affordable.
See, and this thing's always focused on your face,
right?
Yes, it's a really competitive platform.
Is it Cortex A53?
A53, yeah. Full core, yeah.
All right.
A53.
All right. And which other demo you want to show here at the booth?
Oh, this one, this stitching for cameras. Actually, the same platform as the other one. Yeah. See, this is a truck, right? Full cameras. Just like in the car, doing the stitching algorithm. Yeah.
And it works.
That works. Yeah.
So does that mean Rockchip is doing really good work in the AI field, and you work together on this?
Yes. We are actually working really closely with Rockchip. Even our dev team have access to the internal ticketing system. We can directly reporting issues to Rockchip dev team. Yeah.
And since the 3588 came out a few years ago, what's been the updates since then from Rockchip? Like, are you showing some boards over there?
Yes, we do have some ADAs I'm not able to tell, but there's some more powerful platforms coming out. Yeah, stay tuned.
All right, looking forward.
Yeah.
Let's have a look on the wall here.
Yeah.
Or here you say pin-to-pin compatible SoMs,
yes.
All the different chips.
Yeah, this is a really cool platform. You look this. You see the market, they have the standard like SMAC, OSM, those kind of platforms. But you're always thinking, oh, does this sacrifice some of the power from the CPU, right? Some pins that have limited pins, limited features, some pins doesn't come out. Then we come at this up-full platform. You see they're pin-to-pin compatibles.
So you have Rockchip,
all winners,
NXPs,
and there's more. We bring them together. This is our own set, all pin-to-pin compatible, but only one carry board. You can put any of them on there.
UP4,
yes,
is that an open standard?
It's our own standard, but we are pushing to the industry.
To make open?
Yeah, to make it open to the industry, yeah.
It's a good design for the form factor?
It's really good design, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
For all the pins and everything. So there you can see it, how it is under.
Yes. It's LCC and LGA combined, right?
All right.
Yeah.
What do you have on the wall here?
The walls here basically demo Forlinx SoC partners. Since we are Europe and ISP, we are actually gold partner ISP. We have all their new platforms work together, 93, 95, and it's like i.MX 8 and 6. Also some layer skip ones doing the Ethernet gateways. We also have those platforms. Yeah. So go partner with ISP. Actually, something I show you here. If you go to ISP booths, they have Freedom board. They have big Freedom board. Actually, the board actually manufactured by Forlinx. We did them together. This project started last year. We take about 3 to 6 months to make it into mass production, push to the market. Right now, it's selling everywhere. Yeah.
What's the plan with Freedom board?
The Freedom board 93. Something not released yet. That was 95. The one you just saw with this AI accelerator. Yeah, that'll be next. Yeah.
And here's some bigger PCBs and also smaller ones there. So we see Rockchip, Allwinner, TI.
Yes. That basically, as I told, right? We work really closely with all these vendors, NXP, Rockchip, all vendors, Texas Instruments. Yeah. So what we do is like we provide the values to these SoC partners. We started at we got involved at really early stage. When the SoC is released, the new SoC release, Forlinx will have the SOM ready, the platform ready for them at the same time. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah. Also at the same time, we're really working closely to do the bugs, to do some of the issues all together. Yeah.
Do you upstream software into the Linux kernel?
Yes,
into the Yocto
yeah, we Yocto Linux, but right now we try to. Right now we are kind of a closed ecosystem because in industrial clients we don't want to expose our source code to the public, but internally if we are a Forlinx client, it's open source. We try to do support open source for you. Yeah, that's what we do.
It must be very exciting to work with the AI agents and running them on the edge.
That'd be really exciting. I'm looking for RK35 and also this new AI accelerator will be running open cloud, some platform like this on this platform. Yeah, that'll be really exciting. Yeah.
And so there's the offices in Hebei.
Yes, we're based in Hebei, China. We have our own manufacturer. We do everything in-house. Manufacture, testing, and distribution, everything in-house, yes. Also, we have our dedicated tech support team, also the dev team, working really closely across 40,000 clients globally, yeah.
30,000?
No, 40,000.
Wow. So how do you choose the clients? You cannot just work with everybody, right?
Yes.
Be an interesting project, or how does it work?
Basically, these clients choose our SOM. We do support. That's what we do. Some of them get involved really closely because they don't have a hardware team. Then we do ODM, auto manufacture for them. Some of them just use the SOM. They have because you have the documentation, everything online, right? So it's really easy to start a new project. Yeah. If any issues, we are really responsive to help you, the clients, to solve the problems. Our focus is to, this is also our philosophy, right? To make our clients to be successful. That's what we are. Yeah.